Hey everybody, it's your man Type coming to you with another true spook story. Now before I begin, I'm gonna ask that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share me with your friends and family if you think it's not robbery. Y'all know how we do here. Go ahead and share me. Subscribe and like, get me up there people. This is gonna be the new premiere channel for me, so I thank you in advance. All right, well, this story is going to take place in Orlando, but close to the Holden Heights area of Orlando. If you want to know where Holden Heights is, you go up Orange Avenue as if you're headed to Kissimmee area, or headed to Kissimmee, Sand Lake Road, but you're going to be on Orange Avenue. You'll make a right on Holden Avenue, and there's this big old park. I used to go jogging there sometime, but due to changes in my life, I don't go over there too much. It's a great park, great park. Well, this story is going to take place mainly around that park and in that area. So now I had to be about like 17, 18 years old. I know I was just getting into adulthood, and I was fucking with this chick over there named Darlene. We used to call her BBD. She lived off of Rio Grande. And me and my brother Poochie and Tony would, ride our bikes and shit, our little scooters and shit down there to the park. It was a long ass drive, but around by that time I ain't had no wheels and shit, high school and shit. So, it was cool. So I was fucking with Darlene. We used to call her BBD, Big Booty Darlene, because she had a little slim front frame. But she was nothing but ass. Back in the day, we didn't see that type of stuff because we were so limited. We didn't know she had a Brazilian body style. Little tatas, slim waist, and just all ass and hips. So naturally, out of the crew, with my charisma and swag and my good motherfucking looks, I was able to pull BBD, Big Booty Darlene. So me and BBD got to talking and chilling for a little bit, So I wasn't sexually active. I was lying saying I had my nuts cracked, but I didn't get my nuts cracked until until like my 18th birthday. So, but so I was feeling on her titties, put my fingers in and out her ass and shit like that, rubbing on her booty. And we used to do it at the park, at the little white pavilion in the center. So, things got a little heavy. We used to go there about 2 times a week. We'll go there. We'll have to be home by 7 o'clock. So, it was a walk or a little ride on the scooter. Now, Darlene had this brother by the name of Kelton. Now, Kelton was a real fat dude. I mean, fat motherfucker, man. I mean, he was fat, but, he carried it well. He just a big, giant nigga with a gut and everything, beard. Before beards was cool. Think of Gerald Levert, but add 100 pounds to the motherfucker, right? So Kelton used to sit up there, and Kelton used to coach me on what to say and how to get his sister. So I'm like, yeah, Kelton, because he had some smooth ass lyrics, man. He knew what to say to the women. He just knew, but no girls ever really fucked with him. He never fucked with no girls. So I said, okay, cool. Kelton, my man. So, I stop at the little corner store, little lemon heads, and buy him a cheeseburger and fries sometimes, little 10p chicken wing and fry and shit from the little Japanese, little Chinese store and shit, and he'll motherfucking give us coaches on how to get with women. And we would look at him, coming out of high school, we wasn't really fucking, we were just flirting with him and shit like that. So he was the authority. Now, Darlene had this friend. Now, the friends were older than Darlene. I'm like 18, 17, 18. Darlene was like 19. Her mama kept her back because they moved a lot in the hood. So we was all in the 12th grade and shit. So Darlene had this friend that was a little older than her. Now, Darlene's friend was 20. And Darlene's friend was 20. And Darlene's friend was still in the 12th grade because that bitch was dumb as a box of rocks, boys. But she was fine and good looking, so it didn't matter. So my homeboy, Reggie, slim nigga, he said, well, damn, I want to Mac on Darlene's friend. I can't remember her name, y'all, so I do apologize. He said, I want to Mac on Darlene's friend. And so, Kelton was like, shit, what it is then? I'll tell you how to get her. So Kelton analyzed her. He looked her up and down. He walked around and he said about 2, 3 words to her. And he said, bet, I got her. So, we all haul ass with him. And we like, man, walk to the corner store with her, to get him out the motherfucking energy. So we walking up Rio Grande to the little Lemonhead store, corner store. We done put our money together. We finna buy him some food because that's what he wanted. So, he telling Reggie everything he had to do to get the girl. He was like, hey man, she ain't book smart, but she's street smart. So you gonna have to come at her as an intelligent dude, suit, tie type shit. Dress up, with the way your little fitted shirts and your little slacks and your little cargo pants. And that was like when Jamie Foxx was dressing. He told him kind of dress like Jamie Foxx, or from the Jamie Foxx show, So I'm like, cool. So he putting it down. So my man Reggie come home. Come to the park one day. Darlene there, her friend there. We all chilling. I'm doing my look. I'm filling up Darlene like a motherfucker, y'all. Now, Reggie come that bitch. He fly. He dressing like Jamie Foxx. Cargo jeans, some lug boots, little fitted shirt. He looking good, smelling good. So he stepped to her, did everything Kelton said do. I said, okay. So he ended up getting her. He ended up screwing her. Instantly screwed that bitch in less than 7 fucking days. Kelton knew how to talk to women, y'all. Big nigga knew how to talk to women. So I said, Kelton, man, bitch, I've been fucking with your sister for a minute, nigga. I know you telling me what to do and shit. I said, nigga, I ain't hit the bitch yet, dog. He like, no, don't worry. You gonna get her, just wait. My mom and them, they finna leave. They going out of town and I gotta watch y'all. So, just come on over. So me and him had it planned, he done planned it out, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm waiting on the date with him and when her mama and daddy leave and shit, and to go out of town, and he was gonna invite me over, he was babysitting, so I was gonna hit DVD. So Reggie is like having a good old fucking time, man, knocking down no girl. He knocking down no girl behind the house, on the side of the building, at the park. And I'm like, fuck. So now we all jealous of Reggie, and he coming back. Oh, I'm the man, nigga. I'm hitting her. Bitch, yeah, you is the man. You fucking the fine bitch, nigga, but don't brag in our face. We don't like you no more, pussy boy. So we talking to him like that. So all of a sudden, Kelton just started like being real distant to everybody else except Reggie. Kelton kept sitting up there, was like, hey Reggie, man, you want to hang out? He kept asking Reggie to hang out and shit, right? So Reggie like, cool, you helping me fuck the bitch, so naturally I'm gonna rock with you. So Kelton and Reggie became inseparable. Kelton didn't want to walk to the store with us no more. Reggie didn't want to hang out with us no more. It was Kelton, Reggie, and the girl Darlene and her friend. So I'm like, cool. So, but I got the witness because I'm sitting up there trying to knock down Darlene. So my brother Tony and my brother Poochie, they just like kind of faded off. They ain't really fuck with us no more. They found some new friends. So all of a sudden, Kelton started acting weird. So every time Reggie would come around the chick, he would get in his feelings, almost like a girl. He would get in his feelings, be like, man, you ain't done fucking that bitch yet. And I'm like, nigga, let the nigga live, man. Let him keep fucking the hoe. What the fuck she gonna do? She 2 years older than that man. She gonna find another dope boy to go fuck off on. Let the nigga live. So he'll suck your teeth, and then he start treating Reggie like shit. So he started feeding Reggie bad information, trying to get him to break up with BBD friend. So Reggie confronted him, and when Reggie confronted him, him and Reggie got into a big fight. Now let me show. Reggie was a little slim nigga. Reggie was a little slim, dark skinned cat. He couldn't be no more than 130 pounds, but he was known for getting on your ass, and he was black as an ace of spades too, y'all. Kept a bald head, couldn't grow no facial hair for shit. Black as an ace of spades, but he was cool, like Joe, the singer Joe. Man, all of a sudden, when Kelton tried to come between Reggie and old girl, Reggie swung on him. Pop! And although it didn't shake nothing, didn't move nothing, I like, oh my God. I'm a little slim fella too at the time. So, I gotta defend my homeboy, Reggie over Kelton ass. Kelton, you still the enemy, nigga. Man, this dude rock. So I rush over there and I'm trying to break it up. And although Reggie is slapping the shit out of Kelton, hitting him, punching him, kicking him, and all that other shit like a full-fledged fight, Kelton won't hit him back. Kelton, big ass dude, just crying like a little chick, man. And that's gonna play a big part in the story. Crying like a little chick. So I say, nigga, so now I'm feeling bad for Kelton. Cause I'm like, man, you don't put this bitch in his place and punch that fucker in his head. Cause Reggie was getting out of hand with the shit. So, me and Darlene came over there and we broke it up. And, Kelton went in his room and started crying on his bed, face down. That type of shit. So, I said, let me go in there and see if I could chill with the nigga, man. Help him out. He a good dude. In turn, my motive was, man, listen, I was just going to ask him, when your mama and them leaving, bitch, so I know how a lot of my mama and them how to get over here so I could go ahead and fuck off on your sister, homeboy. That was the real motive. But when I went in there, because we never got to go in his room, when I went in his room, this man had pictures like Polaroid camera snapping, or the little disposable Kodak cameras that you get developed at Walgreens and shit, and you can post them on your little wall and shit. This man had pictures of Reggie all around his room, because nobody went in his room. He was an older kid. We respected him like that. Older man, I should say. So Kelton done fell in love with Reggie. Now I bet y'all saying, Baron, this shit ain't too spooky. What you getting at? Now this just a little love story, nigga. Here we go. So when Kelton done took pictures of Reggie, took pictures of Reggie creeping around fucking the girl behind the building, he just was there to take pictures. I saw my homeboy naked posted on his wall. I saw him with the girl dicking with the girl. He had a dick in the girl mouth, because they were fucking outside a lot. And Kelton was there to coach him how to do it. So Kelton taking pictures of everything. So I saw the man posting up shit, and he had the man all on the wall. So I go and I look in the closet, because walking to his bed, to shake him, I ain't want to let him know I seen his shit that was in the corner. So I walk over there to the bed, and hey, come on, my man, get on up, man. I say, that's my homeboy, you know how he is. I say, you trying to come between him and the chick. It's like you created that monster. I'm trying to cheer him up best way I can. So I happen to look in the closet. I look in the closet. The man got a whole like 5 or 6 candles burning, with I love you letters and shit. And my homeboy Reggie posted up on his motherfucking thing with black candle wax and shit dripping on the picture and shit. And the hearts and shit. And I'm like, whoa. But I ain't say nothing. And I damn sure ain't say nothing to Reggie. Because I ain't want Reggie to go in there and fuck him up. So when Kelton got off the bed, I kind of turned my head real quick, act like I was looking at the window. And he jumped up, went to the closet and closed the door so I couldn't see it. So I'm like, damn, let me call grandmama. So, around about 6:30 to hit that night, and I'm like, we gotta go. So, I left Rio Grande heading towards Ivy Lane, the project Poking Bean. It was about a 35-minute jog. We was in shape back then, So I get there, so I don't go home to take a bath or nothing. I shoot straight to grandma's apartment. I said, Grandma, I seen a bitch with a whole voodoo closet. I said, you know what you had over there in the storage set up like that? I said, this dude got one in the room and he trying to, I think he trying to fuck my homeboy Reggie. And she said, the little cute chocolate boy? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, well, I don't like nobody sitting up there trying to punk no niggas. See, this punk shit getting out of hand. She said, who is it? And she just was naming off names. I say, no. I say, you remember the girl Darlene with the big hips and the little titties and shit off Rio Grande? She said, yeah, the one you trying to trim. I say, yes, ma'am. I say, her brother sitting up there trying to get Reggie using voodoo. She say, well, we gonna have to put a stop to that shit, because you can't sit up there and tell me I'm finna let some punk sit up there and fuck some boy that ain't trying to be punking. I say, you right, Grandma. I say, I'm just telling you what it is. I say, but if I tell my homeboy Reggie what's going on, that boy may end up stabbing that dude. Cause I say that nigga ain't hands too tight, you know. And grandma was like, well, don't tell him a fucking thing then, nigga. Why you running your fucking mouth all the time? I say, I'm not, grandma. I say, I told you. So me and grandma sitting in that bitch arguing. I say, why you arguing with me? Cause I'm trying to tell you what the fuck. She like, cause you should have been told me. I say, grandma, we never went in this room, man. Well, goddamn it, you're nosy for everything else. You should have been nosy for that. Come on, get in the car. So we hop in the motherfucking Buick, right? So when we hop in the Buick, it's all good. Grandma say, take me there. I say, all right. So, I get grandma in the car. I drive around there. We turn down 18th Street on Rio Grande where they live up in that area right there. And grandma got out the car. She say, I'm finna go in here and talk to him. I said, grandma, don't talk to him. She said, bitch, I got this, baby. Sit down. Sit in the car, yonder. Yes, ma'am. So grandma go up there. She called Kelton outside. And keep in mind, Kelton was like 20. We all in our teens, 19 to the most. He in his 20s, like the girl, Darlene friend. So she said, come here, baby, let me talk to you. So grandma said 2-3 words to him and she walked in his closet. She walked in the house, closed the door. I'm in there nervous. Darlene come to the car and she talking to me, on the car, flirting and shit. And I'm like, yeah, baby, you fine. She backing her booty up to the car, making it jump and shit, showing me her little panties and shit. I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm nervous looking at, grandma. I'm thinking, man, I say, this nigga gonna hurt me, man, So all of a sudden, grandma come out the house. She give Kelton the biggest hug on the planet. Kelton smiling, Kelton happy. So I can't wait to get in there and talk to grandma. Grandma, what you did? Man, next thing you know, grandma said, come on, everything gonna be okay. I say, all right, grandma. So I ain't question nothing. I ain't say nothing. I ain't question shit. Man, all of a sudden, I say about 2 weeks later, I want to make sure I'm telling you guys the real truth, because I don't know, was it 2 weeks or 2 months? My memory lose me now. So after about I'm gonna say about 2 months. After about 2 months stretch of time, Reggie stopped coming around. Now Reggie and the chick was meeting elsewhere. I don't know where, but by 2 months passed. I still ain't knocked down, BBD at all, So 2 months passed. So Reggie come back. Reggie is a businessman now. So with Reggie being a businessman, he done, he working downtown Orlando somewhere at some little Florida sports club where he get to dress up in shirt and tie and clean up. He looked professional as fuck, suit and shit. So I say, all right, nigga. So now Kelton done got the same job at the same place he was at. Now Kelton dressed up, so Kelton done got him a job there. So now him and Reggie working side by side. Kelton still in love with Reggie. Kelton still coaching Reggie on how to live his life, how to do what he got to do. So I said, this is odd. Now both of them coming, dressing up, doing everything. And I say, grandma, this is odd. So I go talk to grandma. I say, grandma, Kelton ain't sitting up there trying to get Reggie no more. I say, what happened? I say, you was against it. I say, did you put a spell to stop him, from being homosexual or something? I say, what you did? She say, baby, what I did with that altar that boy had in that room on your friend. She say, only thing I did is show them how to do it right. I say, what you mean how to do it right? Now listen to me, people. Grandma don't do shit in haste. She done did a lot of shit in jest, but she don't do shit in haste. So grandma said she gave a divination reading to him and found out that Reggie really was in love with Kelton, and Kelton was in love with Reggie. So it wasn't just gonna be some on again, off again, under the cover, fucking scenario. This was real, true love. But Reggie didn't want to admit that he was in love with Kelton, so he was using the girl as a conduit. I don't know if I'm saying it right. he was using the girl as a stand-in. So grandma said every time he was fucking the girl, her name was Amanda. There we go, bam, it came to me. Every time, Reggie sitting out there fucking Amanda, he thinking about what Kelton said in Kelton words. But they could never be together because they were trying to hide they little, homosexual lust fest and shit they had going on. So I said, Grandma, so what you did? She said, I just set it up and I told him to put himself on the altar with him. I say, and if it's meant to be, they'll come together and start doing stuff. I say, spirit of the line up together. Grandma said, I just didn't want, an older man to take advantage of a younger boy. But when I talked to spirit and spirit say both of them was in love with each other in some form or fashion, then I had to put them together. I say, oh my God. I say, so I can't hang around my homeboy because he punking now. She say, he don't love you, nigga. He love Kelton. I said, so me and Grandma laughing, so we go get us some Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and we making all kind of bad, rude jokes that wouldn't be motherfucking permitted. Nah, I ain't even gonna say it on the channel for the sensitive motherfucker. But back in the day, 30 years ago, it's different, y'all. So we making all kind of jokes because Grandmama done put her little magic down on his ass and then done a line, Kelton and Reggie to work together and shit at the sports club downtown. So now the dynamic stayed the same. So Reggie stopped fucking with the girl Amanda, the red girl Amanda that was BBD's friend, because this had been like a year or two. So he stopped fucking with her. So now they working at the same thing. So now Kelton falls in the same role because he was in love with Reggie, but they never screwed up until this point. Most I know, I ain't gonna lie on neither one of them. So Reggie wanted to move up in the sports club in the company. So Kelton just had the knack to talk. He knew how to read people and how to coach people to be great in their field. So again, Kelton, go ahead and tell him what to say to the bosses, how to operate. What's the first word he say when he walk in there? And Kelton was throwing little things in the background, helping people noticing. So Reggie stopped being a little goon, stopped being my homeboy, and he moving up in the sports club. Kelton sitting up there. Every time Kelton go home, he would take something from one of the business people offices and put it on his altar. And his prayer, from what Grandma told me now, Grandma like build and people, this is a love story somewhat, believe it or not. Kelton would say, build Reggie up to the point to where he don't need nobody and he'll only see me. Now, I don't know how true, people don't understand how true Kelton prayers on his altar was, because Reggie just kept on growing. And everywhere he would, Reggie would always refer back to Kelton. It never got to be a love thing from what I hear. But every time that boy wanted to move up, Kelton would take something from somebody, put it on the altar, decorate that motherfucker, burn a candle for love and prosperity for Reggie, and Reggie would move up. But Reggie never gave this man the time of day on the love energy, although both of them loved each other. People, listen now. So Kelton decided to go to Grandma. And Kelton said, Grandma, I done did a lot for him. I love him, and I know he loved me because you said it. And he sit up there and he buy me lunch. We sit in the car and talk. It don't never get sexual. We still talk about homeboys and about the memories and stuff. And we like best friends, but I love him. And Grandma said, well, I'm going to need you to stop doing your spell work for him because he need to fall and he need to see who they're for him. Grandma said, don't say another prayer for him. Don't give him no more coaching. Just cut the lines of communication off and just let him come to you. Say he'll figure out eventually and he going to be on your team. You're going to have your man. Cool. Kelton followed everything to the letter, did what Grandma said. So now Reggie don't know how to operate in this high elite world because he done got him a little moped. He doing good, the clothes and shit. He can go out to the nightclub, go out to the bars, and he would always invite Kelton with him. So he would do all that. So Kelton fell back to the point where Kelton even quit the job with him. So he was there by himself. Kelton like, you know what? If I'm here, I'm gonna help him because I love him. I want to see him grow. He was in love with my boy Reggie, y'all. So Reggie ended up starting to fuck up on the job. People not liking him. He don't know what to say. He was socially awkward, without the coaching. So he came to Kelton house. Now at this point in the game, I'm sitting up there with Darlene. I had already had my nuts cracked, but I had circled back, to go test this meat off on Darlene because your boy beast. Now I want to see if it just are gonna take it or can I do the same thing with BBD here. So now me and BBD, we doing our thing and shit a little bit here and there, old school flame type shit. So I'm in the room laid up with BBD because we all grown and her mama then was like virtually never home. Laid up. And so I hear banging on the door. I say, that's one of your niggas coming. She like, ain't nobody coming. I say, so who banging on the door? She said, Kelton, get the fucking door. So Kelton go to the door. So her room window was right by the front door. Now I'm gonna tell you what I heard. Verbatim, y'all. Here we go. He said, man, why you leave me? And Reggie said, nigga, why you leave me, man? Why you leave me all alone out there? And Kelton was like, man, listen, you don't want me. You just using me. You treat me like I'm some hoe off the street. This is the whole conversation, like a whole angry bitter man, alpha woman. Alpha man, bitter bitch syndrome argument. You treat me like some hoe off the street, like nigga, I ain't for you, like I don't do nothing for you, like bitch, I don't care about you. You know how much I done sacrificed? Kelton laying it in on Reggie. Reggie sitting out there saying, nigga, you know I love you, you like my brother. He said, that's the fucking problem. I don't want you to love me like your brother. I want you to love me like your man, like your woman. Like I want you to say, I'm in love with you. So now they both screaming in the yard, I'm in love with you too, but we can't do that type of shit. That shit that'll get us fucked up. People don't like faggots nowadays. And he just saying all kind of racial slurs, but I can hear the tears in his voice. I can hear the anger in each one of their hearts and shit, but I can also hear the love. So me and Darlene and the bitch, we like, oh shit, I ain't know your brother was into that. I'm playing dumb. She like, oh, he been told me he loved Reggie. Say he'll do anything for Reggie. Say that boy sit up there and put money in Reggie account. Say he go to Bank of America every weekend and deposit $50 in there. Say that's how Reggie balling out. I say, do Reggie know? He say no. Say this is what he do. Say he always make sure Reggie clothes in the cleaner. So the dude would be in a housewife to this man or in real servitude to Reggie, but Reggie was taking the shit for granted until grandma told him no. So this where the shit get a little crazy. So out of nowhere, Reggie pulls out a switchblade, a razor blade, and Reggie cuts Kelton on the, I want to say if I'm facing him, it was his left side. So Kelton pulls out the razor blade and Reggie pulls out the razor blade and cut Kelton on his motherfucking jaw, split it. They call it a $150, in gang terminology. Gave him a $150. Bam! So it's like, whoa. So I hear Kelton call, and I yell out and call to Darlene, Didi, come, the bitch trying to kill me. So Reggie's like, but nigga, I told you I love you, and you gotta accept the fact that I love you. We can't be together. So he went to cut the boy again. So when he went to cut the boy again, I ran out there and I tackled him, because I had gained a little weight on me. I ran out there and tackled him, and I held his hand. I'm like, come on, nigga, we can't do it like that. We can't do it like that, bro. I say, you killed him, man. You're going to prison, boy. I said, and they gonna put real burritos up in your ass. And he was like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. So I say, hold on. I say, man, you need stitches. So we call the ambulance. We make up a story that some gangbangers came by and cut him up in the face, and we didn't see nobody. We filled out a police report. We had hid Reggie in the house in the bathroom, in the shower, and he was just rocking in that bitch, He had cleaned himself up in case the police wanted to check the house, but they didn't. We niggas, they just took the shit like it was. So when all the shit was over, they done came to the hospital, everybody leave, they take him to the hospital. Reggie leave and go home. Kelton got stitches in his face. He healed up pretty good too, y'all. So Kelton go to grandmama. He can barely talk, stitches in his face. So grandma said, come here, boy. And grandma trying to comfort him, and grandma took her two fingers like the peace sign. Pay attention, people. This is good spell work for you. Grandma took the two fingers like the peace sign to make the fingers a V. And as she was talking to him, she was soothing the skin. She said she was talking the pain out the skin. So this is a spell work in this story for my faithfuls. If you get somebody with a cut on their back, because I seen grandma do this to Auntie Pick too. You get somebody with a cut on their back, a deep slash, you take your two fingers, you make it like a peace sign, and you lightly, gently rub around the skin slowly as you removing the agony from the flesh outside of the cut. That in turn stimulate the blood vessels, and you get to put love and energy on it. So now I watched grandma do this. While grandma was talking to him, she just kept rubbing his face like this. As she was rubbing his face, he just started bawling, crying. And grandma did some hypnotherapy on his ass, hypno-regression. She said, now what you did? And right there with my own self ears, y'all, I heard him say to Kelton, say to grandmama, well, what it was, I took his picture and my picture, and I tied a piece of wood to it, and I put some copper string around it. And with the copper string, I dipped it in some money and some green oil and wrapped a banana leaf around it, and I just set it up there and I cooked it on the fire. And he said it turned out like this. And grandma grabbed it and grandma slapped it out of his hand. Grandma said, boy, what the fuck? Where you learn this shit from? She said, oh, I learned it from the Panamanian dude up there. He said, if you love somebody, this is how you do love spell. Grandma said, you didn't do a love spell, idiot. You binded him to you. So you binded him to him. Now what happened to you gonna happen to him. And sure enough, what happened to the Kelton, something happened to Reggie. Reggie was downtown Orlando, just not leaving the little nightclub that he was working at, the little gentleman's club, and somebody came out there and tried to rob him and slashed his face. Not in the same space. They caught him right like on the top of the head, because he always had a bald head. So they cut him on the bald head all the way down to the bottom of his ear. And they gave him $150 like that. So he was like, oh shit. So now this is where the creepy shit get into. Told people, listen to me good. Grandma took the goddamn doll thing, the little thing that the Panamanian dude showed Kelton how to make. Grandma took it, and grandma said for the life of her, she could not cut it open. She could not do anything. What that Panamanian dude showed Kelton how to do, bonded Reggie and him together for a long time. For they was inseparable. They was one. So now both of these dudes sitting up there with cuts on their face, both of them thinking they'll never get a chick. So eventually they start fucking with each other. They start living together. They start doing together. Now Reggie never knew Kelton did this magical spell. So I'm watching my homeboy grow up to be a straight homosexual dude, right? So, at that time I wasn't as secure in my manhood, and it is what it is. I'm transparent. So I'm like, man, I ain't fucking with this nigga right here. Keep in mind, that's like 28 years ago. I say, I ain't fucking with this nigga, man. He on some other shit. Bitch, you gonna think I'm like that. So, they start living a life. They get a little apartment together off Rio Grande. They get a job working at 7-Eleven together, the 7-Eleven off of Orange Avenue and shit. They both working different shifts. They living together like a couple, and that shit wasn't even normal back then, right? So the shit started getting a little more weirder and a little more wickeder with the motherfucking shit. So all of a sudden, Kelton got robbed at the 7-Eleven. So some El Salvadorians or some, Hispanic people, I don't know the type, so y'all gotta forgive me, but I think they were MS-13 type cats. They came up there and they robbed, 7-Eleven. So when they robbed 7-Eleven, they end up shooting Kelton. Well, it was right before the shift change. And when they shot Kelton, Reggie was coming in to take over Kelton's shift. So then the dude was still in the back of the store robbing shit. So when they seen Reggie, they end up shooting Reggie in the same spot they shot Kelton, the left shoulder. No shit. Can't make this shit up. It made the paper. Now they like, whoa. So, everybody find out. Darlene called me. Hey, my brother, he been shot. I think he dead. Oh my God. So I said, Grandma, I think that boy dead, man. I said, come on over here. Come ride with me, Grandma. So Grandma hop in the car and we drive up there. We drive to the hospital. Reggie in one room. He in the next room. They took him together, everything. They say, well, that's my boyfriend. So then now the doctors is kind of fickle. They're like, oh man, these two homosexual cats, this is stupid. But they got to talking and shit rolled down like that. So now they both get released with non-life-threatening injuries. They patch them up, send them home. They got released together. So the whole time, Grandma not saying a motherfucking word. And Grandma say, baby, I think I fucked up. I say, what you mean, Grandma? She said, I don't think I tried hard enough to unbind them together. She said, I was trying to destroy the little shit that he made, but with that Panamanian bullshit magic. She said, but I didn't try hard enough once I tried. She said, I think, baby, I got to break it. She said, could you go in their house and just for me and get it for me? I say, no. People see me walking to these two dudes' house, they gonna think they trimming me. I say, no. She say, boy, I don't give a fuck what you think about your sexuality. Get your ass in there and get that. I beat you. I said, Grandma, good Lord, woman. So, after little kickbacks and shit, and she brought me with some Haagen-Dazs. Boy, I got the Haagen-Dazs tonight. I said, all right, fuck it. So, I called Reggie. I said, man, let me get over there. So I called Kelton. I said, Grandma want that thing from me. He said, why? She ain't finna break me and him up. I say, no, she not breaking you up. She say, something bad is gonna happen to you if she don't do this, because she read me that something bad was gonna happen to Reggie. So he started crying. Say, she trying to stop it from taking out my baby, my man. I say, I think so, dude. I say, I can't say. So he instantly gave it to me. So the reason why Grandma couldn't do nothing with it, and here goes some more spells work for you guys. I'm telling you, I'm the king of this Southern folk magic shit. Tip my hat. So he went and got a brass motherfucking like jewelry chest, and he had filled it up with salt, and he had put a wedding ring in it, like 2 wedding rings, like to symbolize marriage, and he put the item in there, and he closed it up, and he wrapped it like 2 strands of black thread around it, like yarn, and he said it's in here, so nothing could penetrate lead, not brass, lead. Nothing could penetrate lead. Not even Superman could see through lead. Let that be a message to you. Superman X-ray vision can't see through lead. So how the fuck the spirit gonna see through it, right? Message. So Grandma said this is why her magic didn't work, because once she tried to undo the shit, he had already fortified it and protected it on lead and all that shit. So he finally gave it to him because he gave it to me, so I could get Grandma to save Reggie's life. So Grandmama went up there, and Grandma said she had to make a choice. Like, I just heard Grandma kept walking around for 2 days. Grandma walked back and forth in her house. She like, God damn it, I gotta make a choice. And I'm like, what you gotta make a choice for? She said, I'm thinking. She just kept saying, God damn it, I gotta make a choice. I gotta make a choice. And she chew her little tobacco, Levi Garrett Red Man Golden Blend, y'all. She chews it, and I ain't never see Grandma drink too much. She chews it, and Grandma went and took a drink. Boom, some Easy Jesus, E&J. And I'm like, Grandma, you okay? She's like, I just got to make a choice. Give me time to think. Give me time to think, baby. So 2 days, Grandma said she got to make a choice. So Grandma called me over there. She said, Tyke, get your ass over here. I said, yes, ma'am. So I flew over there. I said, what's going on, Grandma? You need me to go to the store, go shopping? She said, I'm driving now, so let me drive the Buick, baby. She said, I need you to do something. She said, I need you to pick something for me. I said, pick something? I said, what you mean pick something? She said, I need you to reach your hand in this here box, and whatever you pull out, she said, don't fidget around, don't finger fuck the box. Just reach in there real quick, less than 2 seconds, and pull it out, and whatever you pull out, this is what I go with. So I said, Grandma, is this concerning, Reggie and Kelton? She said, it is. I said, God damn. I say, so I got to make the choice, not you. She said, you young, baby. If anything bad happened, God can forgive you. She said, but I'm an old woman. He can't forgive me for this, because this is a choice I got to make. I say, all right, Grandma. I say, I love you. I ain't gonna let nobody fuck you over, not even the spirit. I got your back. So we laughing at each other. And that was the first time I seen Grandma smile after 2 days because she was really stressing. So I reached my hand in the box and I grabbed a motherfucking stick. I remember the stick well. The stick had rose thorns on it, so maybe it was a dried rose bush, but it wasn't no more than a playing card. So I reached in there and I grabbed it. And when I grabbed it, I didn't even look at it, and I just dropped it in her hand. And I turned around and walked out the door. I said, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm getting away from this shit because my energy on this, Grandma. She said, that's all I need you for, baby. Thank you. I love you. She gave me a kiss on the forehead and kicked me out the house. People, listen to me good. That night, Grandma made a choice. Well, me and Grandma made a choice. The choice that me and Grandma made was she had unbinded Kelton and Reggie together. From with each other. She had did the unbinding spell. And the reason why she wanted to do the unbinding spell so bad, because she saw that death was around Reggie and Kelton, but she didn't understand which spirit death was trying to take, which one death was trying to take. So she said she had to choose. So Grandma had literally told me she had to talk to death and tell death this is the one she need to choose, and this is the one she had to sit up there and leave the stick hanging in the tree out in the elements for the sun and the rain to see it, to shed light back on the stick. So after Grandma did that, about 3 to 4 weeks later, people, and I cannot jive you and make this shit up, man, it made the paper. Reggie ass was dead. Reggie had got struck by a car right off of Kaylee and Orange Avenue, right next to the subway. It's a subway there now, but it was a 7-Eleven back in the day where they worked. It's 7-Eleven still across the street, but that's neither here nor there. Reggie had got struck by a car, killed, boom, knocked him unconscious, bomb, died. That following night, Kelton went to work, sad and shit. A car crashed into the 7-Eleven and pinned him against the goddamn counter. He was supposed to die too, but Grandma saved Kelton's life, but Reggie took the hit for it. And Grandma felt bad about that because she said she never wanted to be put in that position to have to choose who live and die. But because she saw death on one of them, and Kelton had bonded himself to Reggie, she didn't know who death was coming for. Now, it's a little bit more to it now. Here we go. So now, after all that shit, Reggie dead, Kelton injured, but Kelton recovering pretty good. Grandma came to him and Grandma said, because he got sad, and I'm gonna say it took about a year, man. It took about a good old-fashioned year. So Grandma was telling him, you miss him, don't you? So Grandma kept calming down and comforting him because she had guilt on her. She felt really bad. You miss him, don't you? Yeah, Grandma, I miss him so much. And she was like, okay, this is what I want you to do. So Grandma told him to go out there to Lake Lana Doon. This is before they fixed it up and made it look all good. It's across the street from Camping World Stadium. It used to be called the Tanker Field. So she said, baby, go out there to the lake. And she said, and he said, what you mean, Grandma? Go out there to the lake, baby. Every time you want to see him, go out there to the lake. And he said, okay. And she said, how you know I'm going to see him, Grandma? She said, because when he died, baby, I went to the hospital and I got his clothes. She said, I got some of his effect with his blood on it. And I took it out there to Lake Lana Doon. And I washed them clothes in that lake. So a piece of his soul is going to be trapped in that lake. And the only thing I want you to do, baby, just go out there when you're feeling lonely and talk to him. You know, Kelton was so happy. Kelton cried and Kelton was just lit up because he was going to get to see Reggie again. He believed people. So I'm sitting up there and I said, Grandma, did you really do that? She said, yeah, baby, I really did it. She said, I had to let him see him sometime. That's his love. And I said, Grandma, you old hopeless romantic type nigga. She laughed and she told me, no, baby, that when the heart loves what the heart won't,
you can't get away from that type of stuff. She said, and this is the least I can do, because I was tricked into choosing. I said, you right, Grandma, I got you. So now Kelton, every Saturday or Sunday, because this is when Lana Doone was jumping off and banging, everybody would go out there and have a party, and Kelton would go after everybody done left the barbecue and the cookouts and shit at Lana Doone, and he would stand next to the lake. And he would always stand next to the lake, and he would bring him a chair, and he would sit down by the lake, and he would talk to that lake as if he were talking to Reggie 100%. So I said, Grandmama, Kelton been going out there to that lake talking. And Grandma said, come on, baby, let's go and see. Let's go talk with him. Kept in mind. So people, I can't tell you a word of lie. Not Hill, not me. When we got to the lake and we seen Kelton talking to himself, before we got super close, because we had to park, before we got super close to him, I swear it was another heavy set man, not as heavy as Kelton, but just take 100 pounds off Kelton and put it in the same size Reggie would have been. They was having a whole conversation, laughing, giggling, snickling and shit. As me and Grandma got up there and we walked, Grandma grabbed my hand. She said, hold up, baby, give him some time. And when we got up there, I seen Kelton standing to his feet, because the apparition type energy, which was Reggie, was already standing. And when he stood to his feet, he just, both apparition act like they turned and they just looked at the lake by themselves, like in contemplation. And then the energy of Reggie disappeared, and me and Grandma walked on up there, and Kelton just looked back at Grandma, and he just had tears in his eyes, but he had a big old smile. And keep in mind, he had got $150, so his mouth was kind of deformed, but you could tell he was happy. Man, that man was so happy. And he just used to stay at that lake till the day he died. Now, he died about 7 years ago, people. And this made the paper, not 7 years. It should have been the internet. He died about 7 years ago. He had lost weight. He had shaved his head, and he had began to look just like Reggie. He turned himself into Reggie, so he could look at Reggie in the mirror in the lake every time he seen him. And he died. I don't know, was it a heart attack or whatever, but he died, and they found him sitting in the chair at Lana Doone. But he died with a smile on his face, people. Now that's a true thing. I'm finna let you go. We'll talk later in the recap.
All right, everybody. Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, but it's the truth, no doubt. Take care, God bless, and much love. And remember, this song is a song for you. Love always. Reggie and Kelton. Have a good one.